Welcome back, dear viewers. Where to the... Wait. You are here. Okay. So, where do I go next? Here? Back? Up the river? Oh, the gate is now open. Okay, that's cool.
The pathway should be around here somewhere. Now let's explore, shall we?
I found it. I'm just that good. But yeah, let's explore a little bit. Entry 10 out of 10. Dr. Edmonds has asked me to write in here during my therapy sessions and not at home because I haven't been filling out my book when I'm on my own. I told her I did not want to do it anymore, but she insisted that I do because it will help me remember things. I just want to paint and I don't want to write. Colors make it clearer. They make everything clearer for me. Today, I'm going to paint a view from out of the windows. From out of this window. Then Dr. Edmonds says Jim is going to come and pick me up and take me back to the care home. Thomas. I wonder how much exploring I really able to do here. Can I climb? Oh, no, but I can glitch. Okay, backing off. Zoom. Entry 3 out of 10. In today's workshop we were asked to paint using a personal life experience as inspiration. I struggled to think of anything at first as I wanted to think about my time in America, but my thoughts kept coming back to Pinwheel. Eventually I gave up and decided to draw upon an event that happens here in the 1960s. Something that was traumatic for me and for the rest of the village. The mines from memory were dark and claustrophobic, and the men trapped down there helpless as the water came through the cavern wall. I wish I could remember all of the names, and I hope that today's painting did them all justice. My teacher said it was very good, but a little too dark for her. Path ends over there, so I'm curious what's over there. Nothing. Okay. Well, that's weird. So where am I supposed to go? Through the river? It's a river. I won't drown now, won't I? Hey, it works. Cool.
that you just entered seems to be outputting a variety of important memories. There also seems to be a strong signal coming from within it that appears to be in line with what we'd expect from the artifact. The item we're after to make you stronger.
To make me stronger?
With dementia, it's often the patient's short-term memory that begins to falter first. We can use older memories as a seed to help rebuild and validate our patient's life story. The artifact should also help us to avoid another relapse, whilst allowing us to target the amyloid plaques that cause our patient's brain cells to die in the first place.
Oh, this looks interesting. A lot of stuff to explore. Also slightly creepy, just like I like it. Nah, it won't be those one of from the pub. The pub. I'm pretty sure about this. Let's try something. Oh wait, not enough numbers. Wouldn't be too easy now. Oh, okay, wait a minute.
I was going to say something, but now it's gone.
100, 100, 300, 200, 200. Okay. I got this.
It's not going to get any better. This isn't going to get any easier for anyone.
Well, I didn't think so.
It says here that arsenic was a very useful byproduct of the tin refining process and is still used in many medicines and foods. The miners ground and burnt out any unwanted materials and then exported it for money. But in these quantities it was extremely lethal. Accidents here were often fatal. Let's find out what happened here. Well, I must say, I'd hoped this case would have been solved by now. I know, I should take some of the responsibility. But I have given you every resource imaginable to complete this restoration. Just remember that all of this funding is lost if you don't do your job effectively and find that artifact.
Don't pressure me. Getting a lot of C1 vibes here from this factory. Wait, I won in circles, didn't I? Damn it.
As soon as we get off this boat, we should take a look at one of those.
I remember coming home one sunny afternoon after I had been attending school to find an odd-shaped parcel on the living room table. My father had recently stopped working at the mine and my mother had unfortunately left us both for a reason that I never truly knew. I think he wanted me to know that he still loved me regardless of his situation. My father came downstairs smiling, his eyes a little lost, and told me to sit down. He pushed the present towards me and I began to open it. Inside was a tin Davis lamp, all cleaned up and ready for use. It had been my father's from when he had worked in Dublin. It meant everything to me, Thomas.
It seems that the patient is getting a little agitated. Not to worry, though. They always get worse before they get better. With that said, I have been warned about, well, pushing these experiments too far. But I feel like I can trust you. You will keep this just between us.
Doesn't sound very ethical around here. Entry 7 out of 10. I must admit, I've been quite nervous and shy whilst attending various groups and therapy sessions. I prefer to focus on what task I've been given and rarely speak with others in the group. Up until now, I think this has been because I feel that I'm different to them in some way. Yet today, we had a new patient come into the group named Mark. He was a similar age to me, around 65, and had been diagnosed with dementia. He was a photographer like my son and spent a lot of his time discussing the work that he had done. I liked him a lot, and it was nice to connect with someone who was as passionate about art as I.
Words echoed around the polished wooden room. 16 years old. You know what that means.
Oh, what does it mean?
I've placed 3 whole years of my life into this research. I have sacrificed so much. Patients with these specific symptoms of dementia and at this stage don't come along often. And to be told that after 3 years of hard work and waiting that I have only 9 days to yield the results that they want. Who the hell do they think they are? It's not my fault. I can only work with the restorers I'm given.
Ah, cool. Ah, okay. Interesting. I did something. Okay, that would be far too easy. So let's keep looking around. Eventually we're gonna find what we need. Except of course I get lost with
I wonder if I'm hand painted too.
If I get lost, what the hell was about it? Okay. Entry 6 out of 10. Today was bad. I didn't go to the group because I had lost my house keys and I couldn't find them anywhere. I got so angry and frustrated that I emptied all my drawers and flipped over every cushion or pillow that I owned. Got a call from Dr. Edmonds later on in the day, and she was asking why I hadn't attended therapy in preparation for my next consultation. She sounded concerned on the phone, but I tried to let her know that I was fine and that she had nothing to worry about. Sometimes it feels like a noise in my head. The confusion that is. Too many avenues to explore, some much darker than others. I got my pencils out so I could draw at home and relax, but found many of them to be broken, so I used some charcoal to sketch out some ideas. I found it stopped me stressing out a lot. Afterwards, I found that my keys were upstairs in the bathroom cabinet for some reason. At least this means I can go to art group again next week.
Life is slower and easier. The savings could be spent on our retirement or living comfortably.
Yeah, I better not step on it. Who knows what will happen. Also, I've seen a women over here. Yes, on here.
You know, in the last 3 years of experimentation, I've worked with some very good restorers. Yet, none of them had the heart or the mind to get as far as you. I hope that you succeed where the others have failed. Our chances of continued funding rely on this. You won't let me down now, will you?
They weren't that good if they didn't come as far as I did now, were they? Oh, nice. Wincliffe Mine passes into new hands. Struggling company, the Wincliffe Mining Cooperative, has agreed to be bought by competitor for £1.3 million. Wincliffe stated that their competitor, the Cornish Mining Corporation, has offered to buy the troubled company with the buyout, full acquisition of all investments and assets has been transferred to the new owners, which includes the struggling Wincliffe Tin Mine. Wincliffe Mine has been active for over 100 years. Yet, under financial pressure, the local tin mining company struggled to keep up costs for continuous expansion. With little tin being yielded and growing overhead costs, a buyout was inevitable. Okay then. It's over here. Can't go up, okay.
Did I ever tell you about an old colleague who once worked on a series of classified experiments? They deprived subjects of sleep in an isolated room for 3 days, before instructing them to carry out a harmful act on another subject. Desperate for the sleep they were promised, they would instinctively carry out any command ordered by a lab coat, regardless of how immoral the action was. Funding was cut due to controversy, but still, don't you just think the human mind is fascinating?
Okay. I'm not feeling comfortable to be on to be working under this woman. It might be fascinating, yes, but I am somewhat within an operation, and this is somewhat not well adequate, I would say. So, yeah. not her biggest fan right now. And I'm all out of time for this episode. So yeah, if you wanna join me next time where I still stumble through this slightly creepy place, see you next time, dear viewers. Till next time.